Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. You're Shubham Bharadwaj.
Yes, sir.
Please take a seat, Shubham.
Thank you, sir.
Please introduce yourself.
Good morning, sirs. I am Shubham.
Good morning.
I don't have a word, sir. My apologies. Good afternoon, sirs. My name is Shubham Bharadwaj. I am a native of Delhi, from where I've done my schooling from. Thereafter, I pursued my BTech in Metallurgical Engineering and Material Sciences from IIT Bombay. Then I worked for around 1.5 years with an MNC in Bangalore. And last November, I started preparing for the civil services full-fledged, sir. My interests include traveling across India, sir, increasing my fitness through calisthenics, as well as practicing meditation.
Very good. But first, an existential question. Why don't you wear a watch?
Sir, I actually have a G-Shock watch, which doesn't go well with the suit. But I'm planning to get a formal one.
Please do, because then you will be spared the embarrassment of saying good morning when it is 12:40.
Definitely, sir. Thank you for that.
So, Shubham, you are a product of IIT Mumbai. What drives you to the civil services? And you've got a BTech in a very specialized field.
Yes, sir.
So, what drives you to the civil service? What's the attraction?
Sir, I think like most teenagers entering college, I was also unaware of what I wanted to do in life. So during the course of my college, sir, I tried to have an experience in multiple fields, including a research experience, a corporate experience, as well as working in startups, sir. After pursuing all of these, sir, my vision expanded as to what I actually wanted to do. Although, sir, I have a very good technical background, as well as I was making a lot of money in the corporate sector, I felt that, sir, it was not giving me the kind of satisfaction and the opportunity to use my intelligence for the betterment of the nation, sir. This is the primary reason, sir, for coming towards the civil services.
Very good. Now, tell me, have you heard of this term ethical hacking?
Yes, sir.
Can you tell me something about it?
Definitely, sir. So ethical hacking refers to ethical, that is that does not violate the law in terms of hacking or basically getting illegal access to computer systems, including equipment, software, etc. But it is done ethically so as to find and highlight the vulnerabilities for the companies involved.
Have you done any ethical hacking?
No, sir. I have not done yet.
Right. Now, food security. What is meant by food security?
So food security in the Indian context refers not just to the amount of food that is available for various people, but also the nutritional content in that food. So both the amount as well as the quality of food available to maximum number of people so that they can live up to their full potential.
So you talked about availability. There are two more features of food security, and both start with A. Are you aware?
Yes, sir. It is the trinity of affordability, accessibility, and availability.
Very good. And nutrition security?
Yes, sir. Food security also subsumes nutritional security under it, sir. It includes both the macro nutrients as well as the micronutrients. The macronutrients include carbohydrates, proteins, etc., whereas the micronutrients include the vitamins and minerals essential for our body functioning.
And another A is added. Are you aware? With nutritional security, another A is added. Absorbability. Because you see, you can have food security without nutrition security. You can have everything present, but in case, say, a child is suffering from diarrhea, everything goes out of the system, right?
Yes.
So you're planning to join the civil service. How did the civil service originate? And I'm talking not in the Indian context, but global context. And I'm talking in terms of right at the beginning, did it originate in the industrial era, in the nomadic era, in the era of hunting, or what? Can we go right back to the origins? Are you aware?
So may I take a moment to think on this?
Please.
So, in my limited understanding as a student of anthropology, so only when the agricultural revolution happened, that is, people stayed at one place in the availability of food, then, sir, different systems like political systems originated, and only then the need to manage a big population may have led to a bureaucracy, sir.
I would suggest that your understanding is not limited. Essentially, what happened was that when man went into the agricultural stage, the need was felt to demarcate the plot of land and the ownership. That's when scribes started coming in, and that was the origin of the civil service. My final question to you: bullet train. Have you heard of this term, bullet train?
Yes, sir.
Why is it so named? Is it because of the speed? Is it as fast as a bullet?
So while I'm not aware of the exact reason, sir, the shape of the train as well as the speed, sir, it being faster than the conventional trains may have led to its name being so.
It's actually the first factor. The shape of the nose, to be precise, resembles a bullet, and not the speed. Speed is not a factor in its naming. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Shubham,
Yes, sir.
I'm glad to see that you have put IFS as your first choice. Any particular reason?
Sir, I think the reason is twofold, sir. Firstly, the service itself. When I was looking for what kind of civil services I want to join, initially I was not even aware of the service. Having gone through two attempts, sir, when I came to know about all the different services, I found, sir, this would be better suited to my temperament, because I, on a personal level, love to interact with people, have a deep interest in international relations, and also would like to negotiate for the country, sir. Second would be, sir, I think the time of joining. So I think that is very important, because right now India is at the cusp of an economic revolution, sir. And then we need some good people to go out and negotiate and fight for India's interests. And I think that's a very
You're
good
certainly a
proposition.
good person to join the service. Who is the father, who can be considered father of Indian diplomacy?
So while I'm not aware of it, may I be warranted a guess? Sir, I have heard about Natwar Singh, K. Natwar Singh, sir.
No,
He
not
was-
in the recent times. When
Okay.
it's a father of Indian diplomacy,
Okay.
it is something to do with ancient times, in our history.
Okay. I'm sorry, sir, I'm not aware.
Kautilya, Chanakya.
Yes, sir.
You have heard about his Chatushpad policy?
I have just heard about it, sir, but I haven't gone into the
Do you
details of
know?
it.
Do you remember what it is?
Sir, I remember Kautilya giving a broad structure on the management of different organs of the government, including diplomacy, sir. And I think this was related to it, but I haven't gone into the details, sir.
What do you understand by Sam Dam Dand Bhed?
Okay, yes. Sir, it is a four version approach to any given solution given by Chanakya.
Okay. Yesterday, Foreign Minister was speaking at Miranda House, where he spoke about something on these lines. Did you follow it?
So yesterday I haven't gone through
Okay.
today's newspaper, so I missed
Tell
it.
me about 3 achievements of Indian foreign policy in the last 2-3 years.
So the very first that I can think of is keeping India's interest at the center of our all activities.
Give
sir.
concrete examples. That is better.
Okay,
Don't
sir.
speak in generalities.
So the first I can think of is the fine tightrope walking in terms of managing relations with Russia during the Russia-Ukraine war, as well as our position during the Israel-Hamas war, sir. That would be one. Second would be, sir, getting goodwill for India in terms of our outreaches like vaccine diplomacy, the Vaccine Maitri program, as well as, sir, HADR programs like providing wheat to Afghanistan. So third would be its initiative to maintain regional stability, sir, including the recent 4 billion bailout to Sri Lanka during its time of economic
You
distress.
don't consider the G20 presidency as one of the achievements?
Definitely, sir. I've missed it. Thank you
All
for
right.
pointing it out.
What was the motto of G20 summit or G20 presidency of India?
So it was Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam, one world, one earth, one future.
Do you know from where it has come? Which Sanskrit shlok defines it?
So I'm not aware of the exact shlok.
What do you mean by one sun, one grid
Initiative.
concept, initiative?
Sir, it is an initiative primarily driven by India as well as France, and it seeks to utilize the benefits that, wherein if we can link, we can have solar grids over multiple continents and we can link them together. It would enable us to harness solar energy throughout the 24 hours because sun moves on different paths.
All right. What do you mean by BRICS Plus?
So recently, BRICS has, improved, not improved, sir, increased its membership to several other countries.
How many countries?
Sir, I'm not aware.
When
of
did
the
it
exact
start?
number.
When did the new members either became members or are about to become members?
So it happened very recently, but I won't
1st
be giving
January.
Yes, sir.
Can you name some of the countries which are included in BRICS Plus? You must
Sir, I
read on
have-
this.
Yes.
What is the basic
Thank you, sir.
purpose of doing meditation?
Sir, I believe meditation is the state wherein we give deep rest to our mind, sir. Because our mind is engaged in work throughout the day and even during sleep, sir, most of
That
us.
is very superficial. What is the main purpose in Indian philosophy why people were recommended to do meditation?
Sir, as per Patanjali Yoga Sutra, sir, meditation is referred to as Chitta Vritti Nirodha, which means removing the.
That's fine. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Shubham,
Yes, sir.
from international to coming back to your city.
Yes, sir.
You belong to Delhi.
Yes, sir.
Often in the news, there are issues between the Chief Minister of Delhi and LG,
Yes. Yes, sir.
right? Can you name two subjects on which you feel CM is correct and two on which you feel the LG is on the right way?
So may I take a few seconds to
Please.
think? May I answer, sir?
Please.
Sir, in my limited knowledge, sir, I think the Chief Minister represents the will of the people of Delhi, sir. So, sir, to uphold democracy, I think the decisions taken in their favor, let's say of social, in the social sector, sir, let's say free electricity and subsidies on water, sir, it may be a populist measure as per some critics. However, sir, if the people rightly say so, then it can be right, sir. Secondly, sir, I think the increased fillip to education as well as health. The Delhi education model is like it's a pole star for most of the country now. I think these are two good areas, sir. I think, sir, on the other hand, LG, sir, respected sir, he's right in terms of his constitutional authority to take decisions on the three subjects, that is land, public order as well as police, sir. Second, sir, I also feel that being a representative of the president and the center, sir, there are some things, for instance, the allocation of people, the administrative service officers onto different areas, I think it should rightly come under him, sir, because they belong to the wider AGMAT cadre and not just Delhi. Hence, sir, I would go with the recent Supreme Court decision on that as well, sir.
No, but if being an elected head of government,
Yes, sir.
you are unable to post officers of your choice
Yes, sir.
in the positions which you want,
Yes, sir.
will you be effective in getting work out of them?
So I do understand, and I think this is the main bone of contention, sir. However, sir, in my knowledge, Delhi is a very special case, sir, of being a city-state, and the special provisions were extended to have democracy given to the people of Delhi, sir, because otherwise it would just have been a union territory. However, sir, these provisions, they were kept in order to have, sir, a say of center over these services, because, sir, not just it's not just an area, sir, but it also houses several central buildings, sir. Then the officers are also involved in a lot of other works, including the development of NCR, and they include directions from center rather than just Delhi, because they include areas of other state. So I think, sir, it would still be right to have the power with the LG, sir.
Okay. We'll take one example,
Yes, sir.
which is bothering everyone.
Yes.
That is air pollution
Yes, sir.
in Delhi, right? CM had assured that he would be taking effective steps. Has he been successful? If not, then why?
Sir, I think several initiatives like red light off Gadi Band, and then having even the Pusa decomposer, sir, that was promoted by the AAP government also in Delhi areas as well as in Punjab, where they also have their own government. However, sir, we have not been able to see the required results that we wanted to see, primarily because it has a lot of different nuances to it. A recent IIT Kanpur study showed that vehicular pollution amounts to the maximum pollution, the second being dust from the industrial sector, and stubble burning as well as the firecrackers, they only represent seasonal factors, sir. In my opinion, sir, we require an air shed model which is considering a larger area of the NCR as well as other states, taking them into confidence and then having a regional perspective. I think that should be the way forward for the long run, sir.
Okay. My final question to you would be regarding your metallurgical background.
Yes, sir.
What is the main difference between lithium and sodium batteries, and which is recommended as a better option?
So I was fortunate to have done a small research on this with the professor. Sir, the main difference lies in the metals themselves. Lithium is a smaller metal in terms of size, which is to say that the batteries become lighter and have more energy density as compared to sodium. However, sir, lithium is a more toxic metal. It is more active, being a lighter element, and hence, sir, during the disposal of lithium batteries, it's more of a challenge. In my opinion, sir, although in the short term, because we have done a lot of research in lithium ion batteries, we must use them. But in a long term perspective, sir, I would go with sodium ion batteries, because although being a bit bigger in size, the problems that we have to see in the next 5-10 years when we have to dispose the lithium ion batteries, that can be eliminated to a great extent if we use the sodium ion batteries, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
You just said that the Constitution of India says land, public order, police should be with the LG.
Yes, sir.
Correct? And then you say that the LG should also have control over the civil service, etc. By what authority? Constitutional, statutory, or what?
So the recent GNCTD Amendment Act specifies that government, the term government would denote...
Will an act override the Constitution?
Definitely not, sir. Sir, even the powers that were given to Delhi were due to the amendment in the Constitution, the Article 239AA.
Yeah.
And, sir, I think we must look at the origins of why it was extended, sir.
Not the point.
Okay, sir.
My point is very limited. That if a statute gives the LG more power
Yes, sir.
than the Constitution provides, then which will prevail?
Sir, based on the rulings of Supreme Court, Constitution always
Prevails.
over
So
any
would it be fair for me to say that this law is unconstitutional?
Sir, in my limited knowledge, sir, even Constitution, when even the Supreme Court decides, sir, we must look at the times that we live in, and whenever a law is made, sir, based on the will of people, as well as, let's say, okay.
Are you are going too theoretical. My question is very, very limited.
Okay, sir.
Correct? I repeat. A law has expanded the powers of the LG over and above the powers granted by the Constitution.
Yes, sir.
Will it be fair for me to say that the law is unconstitutional? Yes or no?
Yes, sir, it does look at the moment.
So a while ago, you said no.
Sir, I am saying so because based on the Supreme Court order, sir, and it was overwritten by the recent statute. So till the time Supreme Court gives a statement, in my opinion, it is slightly extension of the powers that are originally given to the LG. So, sir, till the time Supreme Court gives a final stay, I would not.
Now the LG of Delhi, picking up from what my colleague was asking,
Yes, sir.
constitutionally the LG should be bound by the advice of the Council of Ministers.
Yes, sir.
Does that apply to Delhi?
It does, sir, but there is also a provision that in case of a conflict, LG has the final say in matters, sir.
Does he have the final say, or can he refer it to the president?
So in terms of conflict, sir, he should refer it to the president, but in terms of emergency matters, he can have the final say, sir.
Now talking of the president,
Yes, sir.
can president's rule under Article 356 be imposed on Delhi?
So based on my understanding, it refers to the breakdown of constitutional machinery in the states, and Delhi not being a state.
Delhi not a state?
Sir, it is a union territory, but it has the special privilege as a national
So
capital.
if there's a breakdown of constitutional machinery here, then what happens?
So though I'm not fully aware, but LG being the representative of the center and the president, he can impose.
Impose what?
Sir, the emergency, sir, that we say, if there is substantial constitutional breakdown.
LG can impose what? Or 356?
I wouldn't say 356, sir, because that article specifically ties to the states, but I'm not aware of the exact provisions for Delhi. Sir.
Again, I'm going back to square one.
Yes, sir.
If there's a breakdown of constitutional machinery in Delhi, then what happens?
Sir, I think the police is already with the LG, sir.
Constitutional machinery breakdown is not only law and order, there are 101 things.
Okay, sir. I'm sorry, sir, I'm not aware of it. I must look into it.
Shubham,
Yes, sir.
I'll come to your extracurricular activities, observing Indian diversity through traveling.
Yes, sir.
Elaborate on this.
Sir, I've written it in such a way because I wanted to highlight it being an evolved hobby. I have been traveling since childhood, wherein first I was just in awe of the diversity, but now I've developed a keen interest in observing it consciously. Sir, based on my travels, I've not just seen the tremendous diversity that is there in terms of food, etc., but also, sir, how it affects the lives of people. Let's say, sir, in my recent travels to Ladakh, I saw, sir, it was the main cause of revenue for them, because for almost 6 months, it was not accessible before the recent tunnels that have been built. So, sir, it was the main cause of tourism for them. Further, sir, I think the tourism potential of India, I think it is tapped a bit less, and we can do much more in this sector, sir.
Okay, what's the difference between a tourist and a traveler?
So I'm not aware of the exact, may I be warranted a guess?
Yeah.
Sir, a traveler, in my opinion, is somebody who likes to travel around with or without any specific purpose, sir. However, sir, a tourist is somebody who consciously explores an area to visit and experience its diversity in terms of food, interact with people, etc. Sir.
Yes. You are right. Tourist is like more of a planned activity.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Practicing Shunya meditation. How different is it from Vipassana or other forms of meditations?
So Shunya meditation is a slightly advanced form wherein initially we do use techniques of Vipassana like breath observation, etc. But then we go beyond them to observing the thoughts and eventually leading to a place of stillness wherein we observe the void, that is Shunya.
Okay.
So we pass through the concepts of Vipassana and eventually reach to Shunya meditation.
And you practice it daily?
Yes, sir. For 1 hour in the morning.
How it helps you?
Sir, I have seen that first of all, sir, it helps me clear my mind, and in that moment of silence, sir, I feel rejuvenated, sir, and with that energy, I can plan my day better with a different energy. Second, sir, it has helped me control several of my emotional responses, sir. As a child, I had a bit of an aggressive element to myself, but now I see it's almost evaporated, sir. And thirdly, sir, in terms of the fast-paced life that we live, especially in the city, I think, sir, it gives definitely a break that helps me, sir.
Do you think meditation should be part of everybody's life?
From my personal experience, yes, sir.
Okay. Can a laborer practice meditation?
So to answer this, I must say that meditation as an English word does not directly denote anything that we have in the Indian systems. It is just a umbrella term for a lot of different things. What I practice comes mostly under Dhyan, sir. For a laborer, sir, I do not think that since they are working to feed themselves, because they work throughout the day just to feed themselves, getting the time to do this may not be viable, sir.
So we can say that it's an elite hobby.
I'm sorry, sir, I would beg to differ there. I think there are various other forms, because in the Indian context, sir, we also have, like, let's say, flow meditations, wherein as the process that we do, if we do it with full concentration, it is also referred as a form of meditation, because all the other thoughts get obliterated. So I think that can be used by them, sir.
Okay. Coming to Delhi, you are from Delhi.
Yes.
Delhi is not safe for women. The CCTVs has helped in any way, or it was just waste of resources?
Sir, in my analysis, I think the number of CCTVs have gone up very much, and maybe, sir, they have not been able to help in real time. But, sir, let's say I have heard some news wherein a crime was committed and the police was able to track down the criminals very fast within 24 hours using them, sir. So while, sir, there is still scope of improvement of real time monitoring and protection for women, but it has definitely helped in the investigation part, sir.
What more can be done for women's safety in Delhi? Any 2-3 initiatives or anything you can say?
Yes, sir. So the very first is we must teach self-defense to women, sir, because
Number one, yes.
Second, sir, is increasing the number of bus marshals and including technology interventions like GPS trackers and panic buttons in the buses or the public transport, sir.
Okay.
And the third would be, sir, better monitoring and response times for the women helpline number 1091. I still think, sir, I've had some personal experiences wherein once my sister dialed, but only after 3 tries she was able to reach onto the number. I think these things we can definitely improve.
All
sir.
of these 3 suggestions were very defensive in nature.
Yes, sir.
Don't you think something is needed to be done for this preventive measures?
Definitely, sir. I think the root cause of the problem is social in nature. And one thing that comes to mind is, sir, having a proper sexual education as well as education of their counterparts' body parts must be given at school level, sir. Because if girls and boys are
New
made to
education
understand-
policy has included something from this?
I'm not able to recall the exact provision, sir, but I think there are, sir.
Okay,
From
my
what I
last
can
question.
recall. Yes, sir.
Delhi's waste management policy.
Yes, sir.
And there is no land for this waste disposal.
Yes, sir.
What can be done in this regard? What Delhi government has also taken an initiative. What is it?
So recently there was a drive to decrease the size of the landfills because let's say if we talk about Ghazipur, it's almost as high as Qutub Minar. I think, sir, the recent task, impetus was given on to increasing the sewage to energy, the waste to energy plants, wherein a lot more of this waste can be digested. But, sir, I do think that given the increasing population that we have, it must be tackled at the source itself, wherein proper segregation of waste at the source and then utilizing the organic waste for manure and fertilizers and the other ones for innovative techniques, wherein, let's say, sir, plastic recently can be used for brick making or road paving, etc., sir. So that can reduce, sir, it effectively.
Okay. Thank you, Shubham.
Thank you, sir.
When is your interview?
Sir, the dates are not out yet.
Okay, how many mocks have you taken?
So I have given 4. This is the 5th one.
How many do you intend to take?
So for now, I think I'm just giving it after a gap of 5 days to just be in the habit of it. But I might decrease it if my interview comes very late.
Right, so just to red flag this issue that mocks are also subject to the law of diminishing returns.
Yes, sir.
So ideally, I think once your interview date comes out, then you'll be better off giving 2 or 3 more. At best, you should cap it at 6. I think beyond that it gets very tedious. And you get a lot of conflicting opinions. So
Yes,
your
sir.
mind becomes confused. Best not to. When your date comes out, then do 2 more. That would be
Sure,
my
sir.
suggestion. Obviously, your call.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
And what is your self-assessment of how you did?
Sir, I think on an overall I did well, sir. However, sir, I think I went onto a wrong foot because some parts I was not aware, and I went talking about it.
So may I just interview for a second? You mentioned 239 AA more than once. Why I kept harping on something was that you ignored 239 AB.
Okay.
That talks about failure of constitutional machinery in Delhi.
Okay.
That's why I kept trying to.
Yes, I'm sorry, sir, I was not aware. Yes, sir.
Now, you see, Shubham, this is essentially not a test of knowledge per se.
Yes, sir.
Each question is just a key to unlock some facet of your character.
Yes, sir.
So, starting with the basics, please don't sit in a completely stiff posture like that throughout.
Yes, sir.
You can be like this, relaxed, be relaxed, put your hands like
So
this.
actually, this is a bit less wide. That is why. Otherwise, I usually sit very comfortably, sir. I was not able
Now,
to.
can you sit like this? See if you can.
Yes, sir. But
Okay.
I'll try, sir. I'll try.
Whenever-
Sir.
When
Yes,
you
sir.
go to the actual interview,
Yes, sir.
this pose is very stiff. So be relaxed. You can even gesture once in a while, right?
Yes, sir.
And of course, you will need to be totally clean shaven. Your hair would need to be properly and tidily combed,
Yes.
and your tie is not matching what you're wearing.
Okay,
You're
sir.
wearing a nice navy blue suit, so you should be wearing something maybe blue flecked with grey or something like that. But whatever it is, this particular one is not going at all.
Okay, sir.
See to it that the color scheme matches. Huh?
Yes, sir. I'll definitely look into it.
Now the good news, Shubham, is that you're an excellent candidate.
Thank you, sir.
You see, we are not, as I said, it's not essentially a question answer session. It is an opportunity to discuss, and in the course of that discussion, to assess whether you have officer like qualities or not.
Yes, sir.
So we are looking for integrity. And now if you don't know something, it's not a crime.
Yes.
So immediately, instead of going round and round in circles, just say, sir, I'll need to read about it.
Yes.
Because you see, there's limited time. And if you continue going around and trying to grasp something for which you don't have the correct
Yes.
knowledge about, then you are wasting your time and you're wasting the time of the panel. So
Yes.
bear that in mind.
Yes, sir. Definitely.
So what is the panel looking for? They're looking for integrity. So no bluffing, no guessing. They are looking for balanced opinions, logical thinking, lucid expression, and conceptual clarity. And along with that, self-confidence and poise. Also your awareness of yourself, district, state, nation, and the world. Now I'm going to give you some very specific practical tips.
Yes, sir. Please.
Take about 100 to 110 of these A4 size sheets. Build up a question bank, and questions normally come from 3-4 sources: your dad, current events, subject, and job.
Yes, sir.
Once you have that question bank ready, then dive deep into each topic, master it, and reduce it to 4 or 5 bullet points in order of priority. And then sit in front of a mirror and practice. You
Okay,
will
sir.
be better off, your time will be better off served like this, because what happens is, and see to it that your answer is businesslike, precise, to the point, but comprehensive. That's an art.
Yes, sir.
And time yourself. It should not be more than 75 to 90 seconds.
Okay, sir.
Now, you kept saying, in my limited understanding.
Yes, sir.
Tell me one thing. Why should a panel choose somebody who insists that his understanding is limited? Don't
Yes,
shoot yourself in the foot. And in
Yes.
fact, I gave you a hint. I said, your understanding is not limited.
Yes, sir.
But you persisted with that phrase. Just knock it off. Don't do
Okay,
that.
sir.
Don't
Okay,
use it.
sir.
Apart from that, I think you are good to go. You should go there with an extremely positive mindset. You
Okay,
should
sir.
tell yourself, I have what it takes. I have reached this far. Now this is the last obstacle. I'm going to ace the interview.
Yes, sir.
And you will ace it.
Thank you, sir.
Best of luck.
You're very good.
I have just one more suggestion.
Yes, sir.
to whatever sir has already mentioned, that closer to the date of interview, 2-3 days before, and particularly on the day of the interview,
Yes.
you must go through the news very carefully, connecting with your DAF, how it can be linked, in what way, what news can be linked, in general also. That will be a very, very important step for your better performance. Okay?
Yes.
All the best.
Thank you.
Particularly since you've given IFS as your first choice.
Yes, sir.
You see what you, at this point of time, what you can control is your knowledge of that, current affairs, and what I told you, subject and job.
Yes, sir.
The others are all unpredictable. But
Yes, sir.
here at least you have the basic understanding has to be as perfect as possible.
Yes, sir.
Huh? And try and modulate your voice once in a while, because this sort of even monotone is also not a good way to address the panel. So show your passion once in a while.
Sure, sir.
Do you have any questions?
No, sir. I think the feedback was comprehensive. Thank you,
Best
sir.
All
of
the
luck.
best.
You'll do very well.
Thank you, sir.
All
Thank
the
you.
best.
Your tie length also is not good enough.
Okay.
It should come to the middle of your belt.
I'll keep that in mind, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.